It's not, you know. Sometimes you have to pay the price for the errors of other people. So,
Well, I'm not making those children and teenager pay the price, and I get what you're saying, but I also.
Okay, it's not a God-given right for a hockey player to get to play in the World Junior Tournament. It's not. Nothing is a given. So if the tournament had to disappear for a while because of Hockey Canada's BS, then it should disappear. Sorry, it's your turn. We all miss our turn in things in life. It happens.
Yeah, okay, so
Anyway,
the Russians were not part of the tournament, and we could draw a comparison with having to sanction Hockey Canada the same way that the Russians are being sanctioned, and then maybe that's not the right comparison, but the tournament was being played. There is players that I care about that are playing, and I definitely want to watch. So that's just basically what I did and what other people did.
anyway, so as far as last night, there was just so much to digest hockey-wise, and it was quite a night, and now Buffalo finds itself getting right back in action tomorrow. Tage Thompson steps on the ice.
I want to go on your scores quickly. Like, as people say, like, oh, he made 64 saves. It could be 21, 22, right? Like, okay, but there's 28 shots in the third period. When you're under siege, like the Sabres average, 29 and a half shots against a game?
Yeah.
Like 30 maybe? Like 30 shots average against a game is league average. He saw 28 in the third period. He saw league average for a game in the third period, and the quality of them was through the roof. Like, I don't have a number, and maybe I should have looked that up on expected goals, but it had to be in the 6.5 by the end of this game.
Well, Shayna's probably got a take on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, like, drum roll, please. New, full-time, in the sense of regular weekly contributor to Sabres Live, Shayna Goldman is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. This is a big year for us.
Very excited. Very excited to have Shayna on board. And for those that don't know her, her work with The Athletic is incredible, and she has such a way to bring up numbers, but also it's not just about the numbers, it's about the game and about how it gets played out, and we're going to have some really insight with her on a weekly basis, and it's going to be just like that. And she loves the Sabres, by the way. Like, when we talked to her, what do you mean by that? Well, because, like, the first thing you did, which was incredible, is when you were, well, no, because you take the lead on those things, and I love you for that, but you don't want to take credit, that's fine. But when we got the fanny packs, right, the 90s goat head, black and red, like fanny packs at the game, I grabbed one for myself. I'm like, I love this. I'm going to give it to Jacob for a tape bag, like to put his tape and his scissors and everything in his hockey bag. But you were like, Shayna is going to love this. And you grabbed one and you shipped it over to her, and she was really happy with that. So yeah, I think she loves the Sabres because she has a Sabres fanny pack now.
You know, I'm going to go down a path that you're going to be stunned that I would put these two in the same sentence. Shayna Goldman and Rob Ray.
Oh boy.
Okay, so here we are. When you see in its entirety or in snippets Shayna on her Too Many Men podcast,
Yes.
the intensity and the heightened language with which she can sometimes speak. Like, I think we all sit there and go, how does Rob Ray not swear on air, right? Well, Shayna's pretty quick with the questionable language, just to emphasize the point. So, I'm very much looking forward to her intelligence, intensity, love of everything that is game, pop culture related. Like, she has an ability to weave it all together, which is why I'm very excited for her weekly appearance.
And you're also Yes.
Connecting, Barzal, and Heischer have all scored 5 straight right now, but the Devils cannot win at home. They have lost 8 straight home games. Stunning, really. The Capitals, as mentioned, have their road win streak. The Oilers finally won at home for the first time in 6 games. The Blues have points at 9 of the last 11. Arizona lost again on the road. They've lost 11 straight away from Bullet Arena. Honestly, and unfortunately, just confirmed here in the last little bit, Montreal, amidst their 7 games live, Caden Gooley is now out for at least 8 weeks with a knee injury. And this is always the, you know where certain teams are positioned, you know, especially how the wheels have fallen off here for Montreal of late, how the season is now likely to play out. What you hope is that you can still develop your young players amidst all of it. And Caden Gooley was one of the absolute bright spots for me watching Montreal when we did this year.
It is, we've been there with the Sabres where you watch your young players, you want them to develop and get experience. And I remember when Tage Thompson got called up for a game and then had a shoulder injury and then the surgery and all of that. And you're thinking, this is development time that you're missing, right? And I think for Caden Gooley, he's good. We know the Gooley well because of his brother that was here, moved to Anaheim, and then, but Caden is a very talented young player, and I will be missed from Montreal. And I'm surprised, and I don't know if you mentioned it because I try to pay attention to everything you say usually, but sometimes I lose. The Seattle 5-1 win on the Toronto Maple Leafs, did you skip over that one on purpose?
As you know, I was once handsomely paid to work in the Toronto market, and so now I consider myself to be handsomely paid in this market to not have to watch Toronto, and so therefore I typically choose not to. So even if there were 2 games, and I have 2 monitors going, there's a good chance I would avoid it. So,
well, the reason I bring it up,
Seattle on a wonderful performance on the road. They are in the midst of a season-long 7-game trip, and they will be in Ottawa this weekend and in Montreal the night before they play here on Tuesday.
and the reason I bring it up is because, Samsonov had a tough game against St. Louis the last time the Leafs played. That was on Tuesday night. Matt Murray, lose 5-1 yesterday. They lost to Arizona 6-3 last week. They won to St. Louis 5-4 last week. They give up a lot of goals. And where their goaltenders at the start of the season, Murray was hurt, Samsonov was good. Samsonov was hurt, Murray was good. Now they're both healthy. They can't make a save. And that was the problem all along, right? When they went with Murray and Samsonov earlier this year. And now, a month and a half, 2 months away from the trade deadline,